Well, uh, welcome back, good gentlemen. Uh, this is the first podcast of the new year, and so
Yeah.
yeah. With that being said, I would like to definitively start by saying Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I hope it's
Happy New Year.
yeah. Hope it's working out for everybody so far. And if not, don't worry. We still got 300 plus more days of this year to go through. so so it'll correct itself sooner or later. Sooner or later. Uh, I am on the road once again, not in my office, not in my space. So, but we're gonna power through. We're gonna power through. It's not my setup, but you know, I'm okay with what I got. I'm okay with what I got. So real quick, just want to see how everybody's doing. Check in. Start with you, Deuce. How's your new year been so far?
Oh man, New Year started off with a blast, man. Found some new spots. I found y'all familiar with Anderson Pack, the
Yeah.
singer. So he has a club down here in Hollywood, man. So I went down there. It's a grown and sexy spot. People like our ages up in there. Good conversation. I was just happy to find a spot that didn't have kids, man. I'm tired of little 20-year-olds running around messing up my time, man. I need grown folk energy, man. That's what I found down there. So that was good, man. And getting back in the swing of work again. Which
Oh man.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, because y'all got a lot happening. Lynn, how has your new year been so far? Oh man.
Oh man.
No, I had a situation. I posted about it on Facebook, and I'll just say it here. For policyholders who cancel their coverage, throw all that shit away.
Mm,
Throw all
mm.
evidence of life insurance in the trash. Burn it, shred it, incinerate it. Because when you die, your people are going to find that canceled policy.
Oh man.
Call me up, wanting to know when they get in their loot. And then I got to tell them, man, she canceled this policy after 3 payments in 23.
Wow.
It's okay if you need
Wow.
to cancel your coverage, money's tight, whatever. But what I'm saying is throw
Shred it.
all that stuff in the trash
Yeah.
because your people will find it. They will find that bogus, no more good policy. Call up the company, wanting to know when they're getting paid. Give it to the funeral home director. Have the funeral home director call up the company and then have to tell them, sorry, madam, or sorry, sir, but this policy is no longer in force.
Damn.
That's
And
gotta hurt.
I get this call. I'm not even a week into 2026. And this happens about a handful of times a year. So my PSA is people, it's okay to cancel your coverage, but just step 2 is get rid of all evidence
Mm-hmm.
that you
Mm.
ever had the policy because your people will find it. Other than
Wow.
that, what is it, the joke? Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Yeah.
Stephanie hates when I say that, but I actually love it. I always crack up when I hear it because it's like, okay,
That's
other than
hilarious.
that,
Oh
it was a
man.
good shot. Steph said, Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
She also wanted to know why you complaining about young boys in the club, Deuce, when you only 29.
Hey, tell her thank you for the compliment. I need
Am
that
I back?
energy.
That's funny. Rich, how have you been this new year so far?
I'm just fine.
There it
Let's get
is.
to Let's get to
Yeah.
it.
Let's
Rich, I was
so-
thinking about you today. I saw your president wants a budget of $1.5 trillion.
So
901 billion wasn't enough. He said, you know what? Put 600 more billion on the Barbie.
well, he's all of our president. All of us. Let's just get to this because I have mixed views on this subject.
I do as well.
I'm sure we're going to talk about this
Ooh.
Minneapolis situation that just happened. So,
Oh man, that
Yeah.
pissed me off, man. I seen that. A couple of friends of mine posted about that. One guy, he lives in that neighborhood, man. Yeah.
That's horrible. Man, that's horrible.
On the chin recently.
Yeah, so we'll definitely shift over to that in a little bit. Like, heart goes out to the family, to the friends, and everybody that was involved. There's a lot that happened with that, but yeah, we'll definitely hit that point. So let's just jump right into it. And the initial topic for the evening is titled Maduro Madness. And so the question that I have for the panel, one of the many questions is, was this a kidnapping, or was it legal for America to go in and snatch the quote unquote leader of Venezuela out of his country? I'll start with you, Deuce. Where you at with that?
9/11. Planes hit some buildings. We know what country, right? Do we go and snatch the Saudi king?
Oh,
Let's go with the propaganda. Did we go and snatch? I mean, we murked them later, but did we snatch Saddam?
oh,
No, we didn't kill Saddam. You remember how he died?
He was hung.
Oh, Deuce, was he hung? Hold up. The court case ended, let's say, at 10:08.
Yeah.
They took him outside the courthouse, down some steps, up some steps, and he was dead by 10:10.
This is true, but we didn't kidnap him
No.
like that. So those are the two that pop in my mind freshly, right? So yeah, this is, whether you like the guy or not, he was a sitting president of a country, democratic country. We up to murked him. We up and kidnapped him. It looks like a straight kidnapping to me. I would love to hear a counter argument to that.
Well, what about the indictment?
What was he doing again?
He was indicted.
So he's indicted by the U.S. court.
Yes, he was. He was indicted by the U.S. government.
The same country that doesn't subscribe to the international court.
Well,
Okay.
goodness gracious, that's
okay.
Facts.
So we
as they
so is international court then is U.S. court? I didn't know my hierarchy. Let me write that back down. Okay, international court then U.S. court. Okay.
So just to be fair, a lot of international financial hearings are held in New York because of the weight that New York has globally when it comes to these types of things. Now, that does not go to say that international law, so on and so forth, should or should not be stripped away from that area. That's why, and from what I've looked at, that's the reason why he was taken there. Right.
They did that to El Chapo. Remember?
Yes. Yep.
They took El Chapo from Mexico to New York City.
Yeah.
Chapo,
So
different category of citizen.
yeah.
Well, Maduro was drugs.
Well, let's hold on. Let's pause in place. Let's swing back around to that part in a second.
Maduro Escobar.
Right. So, Rich, what's your take?
I don't have a take.
Come on, Rich, you got something.
No, because
Here we go.
No, I really, because they tried to say that he didn't respect the election, that he didn't win the last election, and so the person that won, he wouldn't he wouldn't surrender. I don't know if that's exactly true. So,
So, so with that being said, I can't remember exactly which year it was, but he had actually won the election by a very small margin, right?
mhm.
They had three people running, uh, and so he actually won that. It wasn't until later that people
Okay,
began to say that
he
their election was rigged.
right.
That information came out later, but there was no actual
So
verifiable, unbiased proof of that thing happening.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So that's why I said I don't know what to believe on that. Here's what I do know: he was tight with Hugo Chavez.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
When
was.
Hugo
yeah.
was alive, he took over the country. He won an election, and then he took over those oil fields. He nationalized them, and he said that America, no one's going to dictate to us anything. We're going to control our own resources.
Hmm.
Anytime a country that's considered a minority country, controls their resources, then here comes America, Russia, China, or somebody else, or Europe as a whole, taking those resources. You can simply go to Africa and look. I think Nigeria may be the only country that controls its natural resources on the African continent, and I'm not even sure that the Nigerians, when it comes to all that oil wealth that they have, that those oil companies are not American or European oil companies making all that money and then sharing it with. So
I
then,
worked there in 2009.
okay,
That is exactly
okay.
correct. So they
So
control it, but they cede that control to
France used to be
Exxon,
France, right?
BP,
now,
Shell.
Nigeria does. Some of those people in Nigeria, some of the wealthy ones, are wealthy because of the oil. But you have a
Mhm.
few African leaders of different African countries
Mm.
who are still alive, amazingly, because they're controlling their resources. They're alive now, but I think I have it in my phone. There's a history in Africa when leaders, not just Colonel Gaddafi, but there's a history of African leaders standing up to outside influences and losing their life. There's a long list. Patrick Lumumba. How am I saying his name right? Um, so that's why I say I don't really have much to say about this. But here's what I will say quickly. If you take oil that was going to Russia or China,
Mm.
President Trump and Russia have an agreement. They've already worked it out. If it was China, China says, well, I don't really need the oil. We're going to make it one way or another. Iran, if some of that oil was going to Iran, and they're already upset because America supports Israel. So, as Deuce said, we had 9/11 happen. I can guarantee you, if we thought they were coming back for us again, with this situation here, if Iran was counting on that oil, then you just escalated the retaliation that's going to eventually come. So we didn't quite learn our lesson with 9/11.
Okay.
So
So I don't know just yet if it can be considered um, a kidnapping. And the reason why is because the way a lot of the things are reading is that it's a very murky ordeal, especially when it comes to how the president is actually able to view the leader, since America did not actually identify him or consider him a head of state, right? Then he's not held to the same standard as an actual sitting president would be. So he's not given those actual benefits, as it were, right? So he would be considered just another person in another country that could be extradited or captured or whatever the case may be, to essentially shoo away or to protect against some form of imminent danger, which is what the president has a legal responsibility to actually protect America from. If it's no, this is not what I'm writing. This is just simply how the information is passed, right? If there's something that looks like it's an imminent threat to America, then the sitting president, has the ability to actually define it as such and make a maneuver on it. In this case,
Oh,
go ahead.
Eric Sweeten, Julian Assange.
Yeah, yeah,
I think they have more damning evidence against the U.S. government than
yeah.
Maduro, and no
Mhm.
one went in to snatch them.
Right. And I don't disagree with that. But what did they actually have something under what would be considered a filed refugee or whistleblower movement? Right.
That,
And
that's
if
just that's just political talk.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I don't disagree, but I'm just simply giving you the fine lines that they played with in order to either execute or not execute on something. That's all.
Right, but there is no fine line. It's just someone's opinion.
Yeah.
All that is just
Well,
an
when it
opinion.
comes to law, yeah. When it comes to the
But
actual,
on this particular aspect of the law,
Mhm.
if we feel you're a threat to our supremacy, and I'm not talking about our supremacy.
No, I got you. I'm tracking.
So
Yeah.
if you're a threat to U.S. supremacy, we get your ass up out of here. If you got some oil, some minerals, we're coming for you. Here's the list of African
Yeah.
leaders who've been removed from their countries through the help of the U.S., whether it's through a president or through the use of our favorite CIA. Patrice Lumumba, Congo.
Yeah.
Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana. This is CIA. Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso, assassinated the coup, backed by foreign interests aligned with U.S. and France. Abubakar Cabral, Guinea-Bissau, I'm butchering these names, Busa, Samra Michel, Mozambique, died in a suspicious plane crash.
Mhm.
Muammar Gaddafi, we know why he got out because they got rid of him, and I think that was during President Obama. Because he was trying to unite the African countries to get on the
Under the gold standard. Yeah.
They said he was some type of outrageous, crazy person. Okay. Nelson Mandela. Now, this is interesting. Imprisoned with the assistance of U.S. intelligence. I guess that was back when we kind of quietly supported apartheid. Quietly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, that's just Africa. But hold on. We got some more black men. Black America. Well, wait a minute. So we have a list of people in the Caribbean as well. Maurice Bishop, Michael Manley, Fidel Castro, Jean Bertrand Artistan or whatever in Haiti. He was removed. And then in our own country,
How you got Fidel on that list?
That's what I was wondering too. Same like Fidel's not black.
He's not a black man.
You just said in your previous sentence it was like
I know
all
black like
black
you.
men, and you just listed them off.
I know black like you.
Are you 1,000% for sure that he didn't have black in his blood?
Oh
No.
no, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I'll back up.
I said,
I'll
look,
let that argument
no,
go.
look, all right. The way you define it,
Uh-huh.
he didn't move like a black man.
Okay.
So
Well,
he had
what
no
I'm
black
saying is-
card. And this is my opinion. If
No,
you feel
no,
that he was and he
Right.
belongs on that list,
No. Listen.
but that's the
I won't
person on
even
the list that sticks out to me.
I won't even dispute that. What I'm simply saying is many leaders of foreign countries, particularly in the Caribbean and in Africa, have been removed through a U.S. president or through the assistance quietly of the CIA. In
Sure.
President Trump's situation, he just tells you up front, I'm coming for you. Which is no different when he told people who are here in this country illegally, I'm coming for the bad ones. But anybody who understands President Trump, if he says he's coming for you, he's coming for you.
Nobody said anything like this was about with Noriega, right? Where they just took Noriega. Nobody had all the big stink. Like it was, I think it was in Bush's year.
Oscar, great
Yeah,
point.
Daddy
Right?
Bush. Daddy Bush.
Yeah, like they were like, oh yeah, Noriega, bad guy, take him out, great. And actually, the Democrats were like, oh, thank you, because we didn't have to do it. Oh, and nobody said a darn thing. Same thing is happening here.
That's
So
a great point.
correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Wait, what's the same thing that's happening?
So what I mean is like there's no big stink about like, oh, we went in and we took out like Noriega because you're right, Daddy Bush was like, you know what, this guy's got to go. He's a bad dude, right? And then, okay, great. We did the exact same thing. So it's like precedence there.
Okay, well,
You know,
Oscar,
go ahead.
Well, I would say,
hey, Oscar
Go
makes a
ahead, go
great
ahead, go ahead.
point about what.
yeah, I was gonna
Noriega
jump off of Oscar's thing because
Okay.
all right, a few weeks ago, we talked about this. I said oil. That's what it is. Largest
Yeah.
oil field in the world in Venezuela. Another thing, Venezuela submitted the application to join BRICS, right?
So yes, real quick. I'm glad you said that. Hold that thought, because there was a correspondence between Maduro as well as the current POTUS President Trump, where Maduro essentially said he would give up the resources of Venezuela, right? And it was turned down. It wasn't taken. So then the question becomes, if it was just about oil, why didn't they seize the opportunity at that point in order to seize those assets or those resources?
Well, if you remember, I see Oscar in the comments. Remember when we went over to Iraq and those oil contracts were coming up for renewal? We went in and got those oil contracts. See, so when people said that Iraq was about the oil, so now we're seeing repeat history, but obviously we didn't learn from that.
Oh, he's not even trying to hide it like the last administration did.
Correct. That's correct.
He's like,
Yeah.
what I need to hide.
That's why I've always said President Trump has an East Coast mentality with a Southern white man's disposition. He's going to tell you up front where you stand.
So is everyone saying that this was an illegal seizure?
No,
not at all. I actually think he's like, you know what? Screw you, hippie. We're gonna remove you. We're gonna take your oil. We're gonna take our oil back. And as a matter of fact, we're gonna take all your wait. Before you interject, please.
Okay.
We're gonna take all your oil back. We're gonna take all the ships that you or the container ships, I guess we'll call them, that you have back, and we're gonna take those ships, retrofit them into whatever the heck we want, and then like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna like fight us. You can't even fight us. We're just gonna take them back, and then you're gonna be done. And then the young lady that's in office now, she's gonna get about 90 days to be able to like do something. Otherwise, they're gonna do the same thing to her, and then the interior person. Interior, I forgot what the technical title is, but like the interior person, they're gonna like get rid of him, and then like they're gonna do it slow play it so that point where they get like actual elections. Because if you guys notice, the real history is the last opposition person that came there. This person, they tried to kill his whole family, and he fled to Spain. And then when the people uprose, they shot him. They just shot him. That is literally what happened.
Okay.
And so literally that's what's going. Like they're like, you know what? Enough. They can't do it regime change all one fell swoop because it doesn't work. So they're going to do it slow play. Right, they get rid of number one. They're going to get rid of number two. They're going to get rid of number three, and then
he's already said we're running it from here. He's running it from here.
But let me take a few steps back, and this is for the panel also to weigh in on, because you said they took all of our oil. How is it that we have oil in Venezuela?
We don't.
Back in the day, we used to sell to them. Huh? Sure. Back in the day, we used to sell to them.
No, we used to take from them.
Sure. I guess. Go ahead. Fine. I'll concede the point.
Because we had American interests, like, in truth to the point that I hate even calling them American corporations, because they don't have loyalty to any country. It's a corporation. So corporations that might have been based in America went and assisted in establishing the developing oil assets and how to pull their crude out of the ground, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that actually is owned by America. Those
Fair enough.
corporations didn't do that for
Fair
American
enough.
interests.
I meant to say to
you know
start
what?
out, say
Wait a minute.
Happy New Year's, gentlemen, by the way.
Yeah,
Hey, wait
yeah,
a
my
minute.
man. Happy New Year's, my brother.
Hold on a second. That statement you just made,
Mhm.
Mr. Glass. Anybody? First of all these comments that Oscar's putting in,
He's
Mr.
killing it.
Glass, yeah, you're gonna have to address those because he's killing it. If you're anybody who's been watching Landmine or Landman,
Landman,
that
great.
show.
it's
Great
very
show.
Yeah,
interesting
Landman.
when you buy the oil rights for a period of time on someone's land. Yeah, you don't own the land, but you own those oil rights. So it's your oil, even though it's on somebody else's land. So when Brooks says that comment about our oil, I don't know if some American companies, Chevron, had oil rights on land in Venezuela. And then when Hugo Chavez took over, he took it from him because he nationalized it.
Well, that's what I was about to say. According to Hugo Chavez, they didn't, right? And regardless of whether or not we liked or agreed with Hugo Chavez, once he was in there, if he wanted to and he felt like rewriting those contracts, that's when that should have been addressed. But he didn't allow them. He was like, nah, y'all get out of here. My country's going to benefit from this, so on and so forth. So,
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. You mean to tell me he was acting like he was an American? Okay.
you see it just like I see it.
Well, look, Oscar didn't have to beat me to that punch. He
Yeah,
didn't have to beat me to that punch. It's just
Yeah,
when a person says we're going to defend our country, we're going to defend our resources, we're not going to sell our people out. And then somebody else says, well, hey, we got a legal contract on that oil on that ground that hasn't come out of there yet, and we ain't giving it up, and we're America, and we have a nuclear capability. Well, you tell me how this is going to turn out.
I think you went a little bit reaching with the whole nuclear capability aspect.
No, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let me stop right there, Mr. Brooks. This is where we disagree. Any country that has a nuclear weapon, you're not going into that country. Okay? Period. And that's why you get a nuclear weapon, so you can get somebody up off of you to let them know, if you come for me, I'm coming for you. And I got the same strike ability that you have. So America, Israel, Pakistan, Iran, I think France, England, Russia. I think the Ukraine had nuclear weapons too. So no, I'm not off on this.
So let me shift the focus just a little bit. And this goes back into what a lot of people I don't know if I necessarily agree with this analogy. I do understand how people get there, but are we essentially pushing the same narrative of nation building in Venezuela like we were doing in Iraq? Now, let me also say this, that the financial, if America begins to build this place back up, I just want you all to know that President Trump has already said that the monies that are going to be made will not be posited in the U.S. Treasury. They're going into foreign accounts, right? And so that's roughly $300 billion plus that would be posited in offshore accounts.
Offshore owned by who? So not Venezuelan accounts, not American government accounts. Interesting.
Right. And so the question that I have is this another play at nation building in Venezuela in a very similar stance than Iraq? And I'll start with Lynn on that one, because Lynn hasn't been able to jump in here in a second.
All right. Before I answer your question, what I did want to add to the legal part is, I believe the way the administration has made it legal is they went and got a guy that has a bunch of charges. He got narco-terrorist charges. He's got conspiracy to import cocaine charges.
Does he have more than 34?
Weapons charges.
Does he have
had
more
a
than
$25 million reward.
Does he have more
on
than
his head.
34? Does he have more than 34?
Those 34 charges are getting dismissed. Those 34 charges are getting dismissed.
34 is just a random number I pulled out of my head. It's just random. It's not attached to anything. I just randomly thought of 34.
People always argue that the 34 are just bookkeeping accidents. No, he's got major, he's got major offenses, life sentences of crimes that he's been accused of by the United States. And that's how they do it. So you make it legal by accusing the person of these crimes and then indicting them for these crimes. And then when you catch them, you bring them to America to stand trial. And that's where we are. So that's why
I actually agree with the gentleman who said that, because back in the Biden administration, they had like a $25 million, if anybody can get him, $25 million.
He had a $25 million reward.
Yeah, they were like, this is Biden's administration, $25 million. They didn't do anything.
Here's a question I have for you guys. If Maduro did all this bad stuff, right? There's a country, Putin invaded a whole nother country, man. It's murking, I can't think of the name of the country now. Ukrainians left and right. So, but he's free to do it because we've never charged him. Is that what we're saying?
We don't have no.
No. I disagree with that. No.
Wait.
Putin is a different animal in itself.
No, wait a minute. What Deuce is trying to say is the hypocrisy that we. So that's what Deuce is saying. But I'm going to go back.
No, it's not the same.
Wait a minute.
It's not the same.
That's fine. It may not be the same, but it's the hypocrisy that
But if it's not the same, it's not hypocrisy. Does Putin have any charges in the U.S.?
Wait a minute.
Richard,
First of all,
was my turn to speak.
It
was my turn to speak.
It was his turn to speak. This is true.
So I'll ask the question again. Does Putin have any charges in the U.S.? Because Maduro got a gang of them.
That's a hypocrisy in it. The U.S. levied charges against Maduro, but we did not levy charges against Putin.
Well, hold on.
Because these are crimes that Maduro supposedly committed in the country.
Hold on.
So I'm being part of drug trafficking.
No, wait a minute.
Gotcha.
See how Lynn did this.
I picked up what you were putting down, man.
You have to accept that when America puts charges on a foreign leader, that they're legitimate. Here's the second thing, but I'm going to go to something else that Mr. Glass said about that $300 billion that's going offshore. All of President Trump's associates and family members, do they have any access to these offshore accounts?
That I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out, though.
That's speculation at best.
Yeah. Well, sure. I got that.
Thank you, Counselor Brooks. Thank you.
Right. Now I'll take that it's speculation at best, but what I won't do is rule out illegal actions from a felon.
Oh, absolutely. And all I'm saying is, you
can't come off a premise of speculation at best and then state your idea, because that's speculation at best. We know. Wait, sir. I appreciate what you're saying. We know that Maduro has been indicted in New York before. He's been indicted for a long ass time, actually. And then finally, Trump is the only president that actually did anything about it, because he's been indicted like years ago, like in the Biden administration. I think it's maybe even before the Biden administration, and nobody did anything.
But hold on.
He was indicted in 20. Who was the administration then?
Thank you.
No. 2020, Trump was president.
Yeah.
Biden came in January of 21.
Okay,
so he was indicted in 20 by the Trump administration.
So then still, even in Biden's administration, he didn't do anything.
But no. We can't. You can't do that. I'm not going to let you do that, my brother. That's a bit of a. Hold on. We've got to have an honest movement on this, because it did start under the Trump administration and it continued under the Biden administration. But you can't just end it by saying, and Biden still didn't do anything about it. I don't find that to be a complete. It's not a complete sentence or idea or thought or truth behind it. It's a partial continuation of the truth, which is there were two. First off, all the presidents have done this. I want to throw that out there too. Every last president that we've had has done this, be it Republican or Democrat, right? So I am not going. I will never defend either one of these sides because they've all done it. But to try and characterize, well, I don't want to say that that's what you've done directly, but to begin to characterize it under one person doesn't do the full picture a solid. And that's something that Richard had done. He was making that point a while ago with a a different debate that we were having.
Oh, wait a minute.
I actually agree with you with that.
Wait,
That's fair to
wait a
say.
minute. No, wait a minute.
What
Hold
I'm
on,
saying is like nothing was done.
Hold on. Hey, hold on a second. This is where I kind of agree with Mr. Brooks on this particular point. If it started in the Trump administration that Mr. Maduro said, then it was up to the Biden administration to take some type of action. And what Mr. Brooks is saying, in my opinion, is the Biden administration didn't take any type of action.
That's
And
not
then
true. You know
years,
what the Biden
they didn't do
administration
anything.
did? They hung the $25 million on him.
Okay.
And they were prepared to grab him had he come into the United States.
Yeah.
What Trump did
Oh, no, it
went and
wasn't
got
even
his
had he
ass.
come into the United States. They were like, anybody who can take him, we'll give you 25 million.
Right.
Anybody.
So that's what Biden did. Biden hung that $25 million on him. So don't say he didn't do anything. He just didn't go get him, which we're now questioning, is that a kidnapping?
Yeah.
He didn't
I
do
think-
the
I think-
act that we're
So what
questioning
would
right now.
what would be the results? Like if the person who got him, right, alleged, like I guess hypothetically, a person who got him for 25, and they were like, you know what, I got him, it's 25 million, and then like I'm gonna turn him in, then they're gonna get the 25 mil. Right, they can go about their life in Cabo or whatever. Is that the same thing as like now that they got him and they don't have to pay the 25 million?
Well,
What's
I
the
got
difference?
I got a simple connection for you guys, right? And it's something that Oscar was talking about. And forgive me, I'm still some of your thunder, brother. Venezuela was increasingly selling oil outside of the dollar, right?
Yeah.
The difference between the last Trump administration and this Trump administration, one of the big differences economically are tariffs, right? Europe took a raw deal. I don't know why they did. They reduced most of their tariffs and accepted a lot of ours, like some punks. If countries, powerful countries, get upset with the tariff deal, they can buy more oil off of Venezuela or other countries that sell it off of the petrodollar, weaken the dollar, dislodge it from oil, and those tariffs don't mean a damn thing anymore, right? By us taking the largest oil field on earth, it strengthens the petrodollar.
It doesn't. It doesn't directly. The reason why I say it doesn't directly, well, I can understand why you're saying that. But remember, even with that oil being sold to other countries, one of the only places that can actually refine that type of oil that Venezuela has is us, right? So a part of that what you were saying, Deuce, I totally understand and I agree with. But that oil is useless if it's not properly refined, and that's the issue.
It's
Go ahead, Lynn.
yeah.
It's thick and sticky.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So go ahead, Oscar. Welcome in. Happy New Year, my brother. My installed worshipful brother. How you been doing, man? Let's hear from you.
Been doing pretty good. It's interesting topic. Remember mentioning a couple times to you guys in previous episodes of the dynamics and the social politics in Latin America currently, with Chinese and Russian influence. With Maduro, people have to remember, I think, when it comes to CIA operations and things like that, sometimes the stars align. And when the stars align, you got to take action, right?
Yeah.
Previously, we had sent with Juan Guaido, we had Blackwater in Venezuela who got caught. Some of those operatives got caught. And those are the people that we had exchanged for recently. So there was already like CIA operations. There were already things like that going on in Venezuela. It's not like they didn't, like last administration didn't do anything. And the big tough part is, sometimes like what happened now, some informant, somebody said, hey, we got him, take it now or lose it forever. Right. And you have to be like, let's go for it. We can get the planes in there ASAP. We can get the copters in there ASAP. We can extract them. Cool. It's all lined up. The stars are lined up. Let's do it. Right. Maybe there weren't those opportunities previously. Maybe there was a different security detail going on. I know that there was like one operation where they tried to actually pay off the pilot, who is his personal pilot, but last minute got cold feet.
Yeah. And so what I will give the current president credit for is regardless of whether or not I agree with the decision of him going in and doing something further, something has been done further that begins to shake up that area to where hopefully, and then this is my heart for the people of Venezuela. Hopefully, they don't have to rely as much on the black market for their economic power, and they can actually begin to actually level set and have a strong a strong economy. That's what I'm hoping is that when it's all when the dust settles and everything's said and done, um, that the people of Venezuela are actually empowered by some of the dominoes effects that are happening right now.
How does that benefit America? A a weak a weak government there benefits America.
Agreed. I agree. And so what I'm saying is,
Right
I'm simply saying, eat the rich, right? At the end of the day, that's what I'm saying is eat the rich. The people, there's always more of the people than what there are the corporations, and that's something that we often forget. So eat the rich so that the people can actually prosper from this type of chaos that's happening at the end of it. Lynn, I apologize. You keep getting cut off, man.
What was my question?
I can't even remember your question, but it was still your turn to talk, and we just ran.
You know, I love this this forum where everybody is giving their viewpoint. I always look at you know, I lean towards facts and figures more than, you know, opinions and feelings. And you know, what you have slide across the bottom, legal arrest or oil heist. My answer is yes.
Oh,
Yes to both.
Yeah.
Please explain.
I already gave you the legal arrest. The guy is a wanted fugitive in the United States.
yeah.
So does Venezuela have
You know,
an
that's a
extradition
fact.
clause?
Deuce, that's
does
a fact.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
That's a fact.
I'm not arguing that part. What I'm asking is, does Venezuela have an extradition treaty with the U.S.? Because
Great
if I
point.
commit a crime and I go to Cuba,
Great point. Great point, Deuce.
that's
Great
all I'm
point.
asking.
That's
If
like,
you-
you
guess
know
what?
what?
Guess what? Deuce, you can be arrested by the U.S. in Cuba
Wait a
and
minute.
brought back to the United States.
Hey, Deuce. See, me and Deuce don't agree very
And then
often.
that gets sorted out in the
Yeah.
courtroom.
Hold on a second. Check this out. Me and Deuce doesn't agree very often, but check. This is what Deuce is saying, in my opinion. Suppose Venezuela, President Maduro said, we've just invited President, you know, I'm trying to say in my Spanish accent, we just invited President Trump. So when he flies to Venezuela, we're going to arrest him. Do you think that's going to fly? It's not.
Oh, what? They indicted him for what?
Anything.
No, but see, that's not a Richard. That's not a
point.
good comparison
The point
because
is, if a
this
country-
guy
if a
is
country-
indicted
listen,
for legitimate crime.
It doesn't matter about being legitimate. If a
It does.
country, if a country says we're going to indict you and you come to our country, we're
Yeah.
going to arrest you and put you
All
in
right,
jail.
so Richard,
And it's
I need one example. Richard, I need one example where one country has done what you just described. Just one.
They don't, because they're afraid of America because we have nuclear
No.
capability.
Forget America. Any country doing it to any person. Just saying, you're indicted.
Because they're
You're
afraid.
indicted. And if you come
They did it
here,
to
or we
Noriega.
might go there and get you. See, this is what I'm talking
No,
about.
that's-
You're
no,
describing a scenario that has
no.
never happened.
What I'm
Wait,
trying to
hold
get
on.
you to
Lynn, what's the
what I'm trying to
question
get you to understand is,
specifically?
Huh?
It will not happen because countries are too afraid to mess with a powerful country. Therefore, like I said a few minutes ago, if you have nuclear capability, no one's going to screw with you, period.
Well, Lynn, what was your question?
That's why
Lynn,
I
what was your
expanded the
question?
Richard. I expanded it to what country has ever done that to any other country?
And
What's
I just
that?
told
What
you
is
they
that?
won't do it.
Huh?
What's
They're
that?
afraid.
Where
What
he's
is
saying
that?
it, where he's talking about Venezuela just says, we indict President Trump and we're going to, when we catch him flying hither or there, we're just going to arrest him.
Well, to Richard's point,
When does that ever happen?
countries have done it to other countries that do not
When?
have nuclear capabilities.
Educate a brother.
Case in point, what's old boy in Israel?
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
He's been indicted by the international court, but no country's going to snatch up that dude because Israel has.
Once again, that's not what Richard said. I'm talking about country.
No, that's not true.
Country to country.
That's not true. That's
country
not
to country.
true. He just gave you an example. He just gave you an example. You just threw it back at me.
No, because that's not my question.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
I need somebody to answer my question.
Yeah, because it hasn't happened. Right?
Question.
It's never happened.
No,
it never happened.
He didn't.
I told you why it never happened. When I told you, I'll shut my mouth because I know Mr. Brooks.
Bro, glass. So I what I'm understanding of our friend's question is, what country has done it to another country because that was not nuclear armed? Gone after a person. Is that fair to say?
No. All right.
No.
Fabricated crimes against another country and then just went and snatched them.
And the fabrication part would be hard to prove, though, man.
A prime minister, a president, a person, a leader of a country. That's what we're referring to as.
Well, the fabrication part. The fabrication part would be hard to prove, though, man.
I'm saying
the fabrication part would be tough to prove.
But listen, did you hear what Richard described in his Spanish voice? Maduro slapping indictment on Trump and then snatching him up. That's his scenario. I didn't make that up. All I said was, when has that scenario ever happened?
Okay, so I'm looking at ask our good friend Chat. Germany indicted Assad, Bashar al-Assad, right? But Germany didn't get him. He eventually left. I think he's up in Russia.
Happened. No, it has never happened.
It never happened where another country went and got somebody
who had legitimate charges.
No, what he's saying is, when has another country woke up, the leader of another country waking up one day and said, you know what? I don't like that country over there. We're finna bring that leader up on charges. We're finna go get him.
And you know
Russia and Ukraine,
something like that.
Although they didn't snatch Zelensky.
He could do that to Zelensky, right?
He could. I don't know why he didn't snatch him.
But he won't.
I don't know why he didn't do that. That's actually a good.
Zelensky has committed no crimes against the country of Russia.
Hey, Deuce.
He don't have a record in that country.
Hey, Deuce.
Of cocaine trafficking, weapons trafficking.
So, Deuce, you and I hardly ever agree. But tonight must be the night because I know exactly where you're coming from. And then when you gave in that Germany had indicted President Assad of Syria.
But they didn't get him. They didn't go get him.
It doesn't matter. They indicted him.
But that was your scenario. That was your scenario.
You said, give me an example
of your scenario.
I got you. Spain indicted. I'm gonna mess up this dude's name. The president of Chile back in '98, right? He was arrested in UK based off of Spain's indictment.
But did they go to Chile and get him?
But no, because they played the legal route.
No,
they played the legal route.
Again, we're looking for the
missing that part.
Brown presidential scenario, and there's not one that exists. Y'all keep trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It's not happening.
Okay, but that goes to prove the point. Why did we go against a worldwide president?
Because this guy had charges in the United States. Not fabricated like he did.
But so does Israel's.
He had a $25 million reward.
I got you, but so has Netanyahu, right? And no one snatched him up.
No country has
a lot of countries have levied
a bounty on his head.
I don't know, but a lot of countries have levied charges against. A lot of countries have levied charges against other countries that have not gone in to get that person. That person was arrested. Scenario. That person was arrested after he left his safety, his country. Right?
I'll be honest. You're not going to find a country who's done that. That's the honest truth.
So why are we breaking the trend?
It's not. We didn't break the trend.
We didn't.
We just established the trend.
Listen, hold on. Now I'll create a scenario. Is there a country that Deuce committed crimes in that country, and that country went to Deuce's country and arrested him? Yes, that's happened a lot.
Hey, you know what's funny? Yeah, hey, Deuce, you know what's funny?
That's happened a lot.
Hey, Deuce, check this.
And like I said, what makes it legitimate is the charges.
Hey, Deuce,
Yo.
Deuce. Hey,
I'm sorry, Deuce. I didn't charge him.
Hey,
I
Deuce,
didn't
you know what's
charge him.
funny? Hey, Deuce,
The
you know what's
U.S.
funny?
justice system charged him of conspiracy
Hey, Deuce,
to
Deuce, listen to this.
distribute cocaine.
I am
He's a drug dealer.
I am a product. Hey, Deuce, I am a product of the enslaved African. Okay. And here we are trying to say that anytime America puts a charge on somebody in America or out of America, and he hasn't been proven guilty, he hasn't had a day in court, but anytime America
He had his day in court. He's been to court.
Hold on, but he hasn't been proven guilty yet. But
No,
anytime
but he's been in
America,
court.
okay, that's fine. So anytime America puts a charge on somebody, whether they're in America, see, this is quote the white man's supremacy. This is where he thinks he's so supreme. He could put a charge on somebody in another country, and then he'll go in your country and snatch you up. And then he wonders why the people in the Middle East want to bomb him into oblivion. See, it's this type of bullshit. That type of manifest destiny that we're all a product of.
Richard, see, somehow in here you have translated that I co-signed this behavior. I don't.
No.
I don't. I'm just telling you that the foundation of it is based off of charges, indictments, and rewards.
But man, okay,
That's
let me
where
look
it
and see
is.
what else we did there.
And unfortunately, that actually is the unfortunate truth about it. Right?
It's the arrogance. It's the arrogance of a country. Listen to this. It's the arrogance of a country to say to another country's leader, "We put these charges on you, and then we're going to come over and get you and take you back to our country and charge you." That's the white man's arrogance from the foundation of this
They didn't say that part.
He brought over enslaved Africans, and he said, "I am racially superior to you. You are nothing but property. I'm going to bring your ass to America and make you work for free." It's that same manifest white man supremacist bullshit.
Richard, they didn't say that part about we want to come and get you.
I'm done.
They didn't say that part. They
I
just
said
did
what I had to say,
That
and I
was the
stand
quiet
by what
part.
I said. So there's times when Trump is right, there's times when Trump is wrong. On this particular situation, I don't really agree with him, but I may not be right on this particular situation. But when we transgress to that situation in Minnesota, I'll have a different storyline. Thank you.
So let's actually we might have to pick that up a little bit later. And the reason why I say that, first off, I got a little bit of drive back to get where I got to go. But let's chop it up just for a quick minute about Minnesota. That's a hell of a segue. So if for anyone who's listening, there was a situation this morning that happened with ICE agents in Minnesota where a person who warns other folks that ICE is coming to an area was doing just that. There was the woman that got unfortunately killed was in her vehicle, and before the incident happened, she was being essentially restrained. She was the ICE agents were trying to contain her. Let me say it that way. They were trying to contain her. One ICE agent said he feared for his life, pulled his weapon, and fired into the vehicle and actually shot her in the head, killing her.
There was a fight?
No. There wasn't a fight. She was in a vehicle. Yeah, she was in her vehicle.
Listen, now
Uh-huh.
check this out.
I want to come back to Lynn's
I want
point.
everybody to hear this because I want to show you something about somebody. Now, in this case, ICE was carrying out their federal function. She was interfering with law enforcement carrying out a federal function. Her name, her soul.
How was she interfering?
Because she was alerting people that they were coming. You're
So she
interfering
doesn't
with
have-
federal law enforcement. But first, let me say this. Her name is Renee Good. Rest her soul. Rest her soul. And to her family. Because I want to show love and respect to anyone who loses a loved one. Renee Good, 37 years old. Okay.
All right. So before you continue on that, I'm gonna jump down to Oscar. He's been patiently waiting.
Yeah.
And Oscar, you can fluctuate. You can go back and forth between what we were just talking about as well as the current topic. I know there was a lot said and done during a small space, but by all means.
Yeah, just the last few tad bits of Venezuela. Number one, I think it's such a really interesting topic because it's like, do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? You know, it's I personally, as a person that is anti-communism, anti a lot of the stuff that happened in Latin America as a byproduct of Latin American dictatorships and battles that happened in the 70s and 80s and 90s. The conflicts that happen there are so complex, and people try to simplify them. You're never going to simplify them to like simple, you know, a catchy phrase, a catchy sentence, a paragraph.
Yeah.
There's so much complexity there. With Venezuela, they have always been one of those countries that has always been burdened by petroleum. Right? The whole thing is, when you're a country that has a resource, you're always a target. Always. And that's the case it will always be. From the Iranians to the Middle East to Latin America to wherever it is you find oil, you are a target to the biggest powers in the world. So Venezuela being the case where they're selling off to, and especially when they're selling off to the Chinese and the Russians, two, it sends a sign that, hey, Russia, China, back the hell off of our hemisphere, back off. Because I told you guys last time that they're buying up so much stuff, ports, land, resources. There's a thing they call, I believe it's called like the triangle of minerals, and it's in the region of Venezuela and some of the neighboring countries where lithium is a big thing as well. So that's not being talked about, but lithium is a huge thing that China is trying to get its hands on to dominate the electronics market. It needs it in order for it to continue to grow, right? So it's always a dog eat dog world, and I think that's kind of like where we find ourselves. So if you ever have a country, this is my wrapping up of this, but if you ever have a country with resources, a country that tries to stay away from the USD or global banks, you'll quickly find that military force is used, and whether it's ground forces or whether it's bombings, the IMF, the central bank, the global banks, and resources. Why? Because they're all tied together, right? Because we were talking about how we're talking about the petrodollar has to be protected in order for the USD to stay afloat, right? When we're facing inflation, when we're facing a lot of economic hardships in the country, the only way to maintain and prop that up is in order to control the method of how things are sold. The biggest commodities in the world are sold, you know? And if China or BRICS or anybody else takes control of that, you start to see the destabilization of the US dollar.
Absolutely.
And that, and it's unfortunate because we are, all of us, a piece in the cog or a cog in the big machine, because our well-being is dependent on those evils, right? So that's the big thing. It's like the ability to put food on our tables, the ability to have our families be, well enough, all dependent on these things that we don't like, we don't. It's like these people that talk about, it's like these people that talk about Che Guevara or whatever, like these techies, like, oh, Che, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, you're drinking a Starbucks coffee. You're wearing blah, 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 blah. What is this Che revolution? Like, literally, you're a walking contradiction, So that's the unfortunate thing. The world is so complex that we benefit even from the things that are the darkest damn devils in the world. Yeah. And that's the unfortunate part. And no amount of debating is going to ever change.
Which is why I didn't want to talk about this subject. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean,
thank you for shedding some light on the nuances of it.
Yeah, it feels bad. I mean, it is like, I am very much against war. I am very much against a lot of what's happening. But what's happening in Venezuela, the taking out of Maduro, it comes at a time where, again, the stars aligned. A lot of the population in Venezuela, the majority do not want Maduro, and they want another person, right? So you go into a country that's already split and divided, and you take out the person that's the leader, and then it leaves the power struggle going on in the top of the minority party that holds the majority of the party, the power.
But
so eventually there'll be enough resistance.
But Oscar, we don't know to what level of influence the CIA had in causing the people of Venezuela to be at odds with each other. We don't know what.
Oh, sure.
No, we don't. But also, to Oscar's point, as far as aligning, who won the Nobel Peace Prize?
Right.
The international community adores her now.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not in there.
Future.
She is not. And no, there's not going to be a not yet. She's not going to. This administration will not push her into that.
And the other thing, the other aspect to think about, and he's mentioned it in some of his speeches, and so has Miller, is we in the past 5 years we've had a big influx of Venezuelans into the United States and into Latin America. It's not just the United States. You have a lot of Venezuelans in Mexico. You have a lot of Venezuelans in El Salvador. You have along the track all the way up. You know, they've migrated in mass numbers more than any time before. The thing is, you take out Maduro, you destabilize their government, and the likelihood of sending these people back to fight that battle or to see a positive, like, oh my God, we have a chance now that government is destabilized. Now we can, because a lot of the people that are in the United States that are Venezuelan, they are, and people always do this, like, why are they all partying on the streets? You know, they're pro-Trump, they're blah, 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 blah. You take a country, whoever those people are they're fleeing from that are in power, be they right or left wing, they're always going to be the opposite. So Venezuelans right now here are conservatives because they're against the Maduro regime, which is liberal, you know. It's always those complexities. But you take any other country and you'll always see that same thing. The opposite are the people that migrate to the countries.
Same thing happened with Cubans in Florida.
Yes,
exactly. Absolutely.
The Cubans are always very conservative because they don't like communism, right? But if you take somebody from like El Salvador in the 80s and 90s, they'll be more liberal for the simple fact that they had a conservative military regime in power. So people always take the opposite of what they're fleeing from.
Yeah, you know? Makes sense.
So there's the complexity there too. It's not as simple as as a lot of people.
It never is that simple.
Yeah.
Fair point. Fair point. Gents, I want to keep it going, but I've got to flee the coop. I've got to flee the coop. I really, really do. Next week, however, I'll be in a position to be on a lot longer and at our original time. And I'll reach out to everybody and let you all know what's happening and why I'm in Arizona until the 23rd.
Are you a witness? Hey,
no,
just wink your eye as witness protection. Just
no, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Marshall's outside. Yeah, let us know.
I know, right? But
no, I'm not interfering with law enforcement. I'm not interfering. Nope. There he is. There he is.
Oh man. But one of my brothers brother Ben Webb and his family, they have been more than gracious. I've been hanging out with them, and so I got a lot going on, and I'll reach out to everybody individually just to fill everybody in on what's happening. So it's a lot. I'm still excited, and let's get 2026. We won't be able to do it around the horn because my kids are probably waiting for me to pack it up and move out. But again, next week we're gonna push it. So with that being said, again, I always appreciate y'all for hopping on. This great discussion. I think this is going to continue over into next week. I don't really think that we have to choose another topic because there's a lot going on from oil, because I didn't even get to mention the empty Russian tanker that we seized, right?
And who knows? We got 7 days to next week, man. We'll see what happens with Greenland.
Dude,
we'll see what happens with Greenland.
Have parking tickets. That tanker have parking tickets.
And I'm sure we'll have more that comes out with the story from Minnesota, and so we'll keep tapping in with it. But gentlemen, thank you. All right, gentlemen. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless and good night.
Good night.